I came out here this morning to make a video about the differences between Baltic birch and Russian birch. The Russian birch is the one that you can get usually at, say, Home Depot in a handy panel size. It's 2x4, and I have one right here. And I have the Baltic birch right here. But now that I'm looking at the two up close, there isn't really a huge difference anymore. It used to be that the Russian birch was a lot poorer quality than it seems to be now. And looking at it, I can see that it's a comparable quality to the Baltic birch. Now, the things that the Baltic birch had going for it in the past was, well, it has lots of laminations. The 1/2-inch plywood, which I have here, has 9 laminations. The Russian birch, of course, now has 9 laminations as well. I think it had less than that before, but I'm not sure. One thing, though, is the Russian birch is a little bit thinner than the Baltic birch. This measures out at 490, while the Russian birch measures out at around 470. Unless I got remarkably lucky with the piece that I picked up, they've really improved how flat this stuff stays as well. It's comparable to the Baltic birch, actually. I've got both pieces side by side here, and I can sight down along the edge. The Baltic birch is no straighter than the Russian birch. Now, looking along the edge here, I can't see any defects or voids or any problems whatsoever, like overlaps in the veneer in the Baltic birch here. And for that reason, it's probably going to be a better choice for something where you're using this exposed edge and you like this look. Whereas the Russian birch over here has voids that I can see here anyway, and it does have some overlaps. So what all this boils down to is that it looks like now, based on this panel that I have here, I'm peeling the sticker off on the back right here. Leaves sticky stuff behind, which I hate, of course. Based on the panel that I have here, Russian birch is suitable for anything, well, mostly anything that you would make Baltic birch from. The only difference, major difference these days, or with these two in particular, is the cost of this compared to this. I had to drive, of course, an hour away to pick this up, and it was cheaper. This sheet here was, I think, $35 for the 5x5 sheet. And I'm pretty sure that this was around the same price for this 2x4 sheet. The only difference is, of course, I could pick it up locally, like 10 minutes away. I can pick this up. I have to drive an hour to get this. It's a special place. So convenience versus a cost, usually for me anyway, convenience wins out. Now, obviously, I haven't cut this sheet up yet, and I can only judge by what I see on the edge here. But in general, it looks really good. The face veneer is pretty good. Neither one of these has a face veneer that's really suitable for high-end furniture. You would really want to veneer this if you were going to use it for something, you know, that really needs to show good face veneer. But looking at both, this one has a little bit more character, I guess you could say, than this one. But overall, they're very similar. The Russian birch has more visible repairs than the Baltic birch. Visibly, the Baltic birch looks a little bit better. But if you're making shop projects like jigs or, you know, machines and stuff like that, I think this would work out just as well.